Oh boy. Hello, Wilbur. Another day, another holy war. You know how it be. Now it's time to go and fight some heretics. Cassandra, why don't you lead the charge and tell them why they are heretics? And in the meantime, Varric, uh, you just stay where you are to look pretty. Now. Hit him with holy fire. Oh, hello there. I did not see you there. How dare you try and hit Wilbur? Oh, whoops. Hold up. Gotta... Wilbur looks like he has an owl head from behind. Who knows? Maybe that was the case all along.
You want to?
Uh-oh. Something here. Yes, indeed. Cassandra, please lead the charge again. Oh, Templar Knight, what will we have here? Attack this knight. And then Wilbur, give everyone a barrier. To gang up on this man. Gang up on this man. Purge him with holy fire. Cassandra, have more barrier. So yeah, as you might have already guessed, Wilbur starts off as being a bit of a support mage. And then as he gains in levels, he starts to become more and more offensive. Really, in the end game, I want him to be more of just a jack of all trades, really. Because that's what Wilbur is. He's good at he's good in all planes of magic. In the mage department, that's who you go to solve your magical problems. Or if you want a problem solved under magical means. In the canon universe, that is indeed true, but in all of the alternative dimensions of Wilbur that has been acclimated over the year, Wilbur could play for multiple teams, but he keeps the same dynamic, the same aesthetic. He plays for multiple teams only when it suits him.
You know, not every dwarf likes caves.
Now hold on again. Jeez. Unfortunately, I won't be able to bring my controller downstairs this time because this is not a game to do that, so hold on. On the topic of, I thought he didn't play for more than one team, and then I said something along the lines of only when it benefits him does he play for more than one team. It's like, sure, I'll play for the other team for a bit. If it means I get to still be on top. Oh, you thought I was going to bottom? I'll humor you, but not in a way that you expect. Goodness. I wonder if there's a way in this game to be able to change your appearance. I may just turn old Burr into young Burr. Young Burr. Exactly. I wonder, does it count as magic if Wilbur's just able to sense every plant of interest in the vicinity? Hello, Hannibal, how are you? That is not for you. My dog. I hear wolves. Oh. Where's our location at for that quest? Over here. I'll just travel here. It's like, Kami, I had a horrible nightmare. Says old Burr. Well, it is like, whoa, Will bro, slow down. What was it? We were intermingling. And it was like, oh, that does sound like a nightmare. And I was bottoming. Jesus Christ. You would never do. He's like, you would never do such a thing. He's like, I know it was awful. That's a dream for me. Then Wilbur just looks at Kami. And just the most disgusted gaze, like, how dare you? How dare you have such awful, such conceited, such a horrible imagination involving me. What do you mean? You were the one having the dream, and you took advantage of it. Wilbur just reading one day, just, you know, just doing a review of all the spells he's learned over the years, that he realizes, oh, I forgot there was a spell in which I could just make my own replica of other people as long as I know what they look like. And so he makes a clone of Kami. And then he thinks to himself, why am I doing this? What do I gain from this?
I found some of the apostate supply stores. I can mark the locations for you.
I'll get out there myself with a few men and pick them up. This will keep a lot more refugees alive next time it snows. I appreciate it.
He gains a chess opponent. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Good lord. Find the mercenary fortress. I will gladly find the mercenary fortress. I love taking down mercenaries that don't benefit me in any way, shape, or form. In the meantime, at this point, all Wilbur is doing at this point is just building his strength up. Mastering his craft of magic. Magic! Monster gains. How is that not already a name of a spot of an energy drink company? Or there probably was one in the past and it didn't work out. Lost all the rights to it because then they realized that the product actually had literal steroids in it. Back in like the days in the olden days of the 20th century, where people did not really investigate into what people were ingesting into their bodies. They're like, oh, that's not our problem. Oh, I see enemies.
Bandits ahead.
Bandits ahead. Oh, everybody else. I just realized everybody else leveled up. Hold up. Cassandra, you can. Charging bull. Yeah, just dynamic entry into them. Yes, Cassandra, I want you to just charge into them. And then Solus. Solus, my guy. The more magical energy you expend, the more damage your spells do. Huh. Explosive toxin. Enemies that die while poisoned explode in a shower of toxic mist. That sounds horrifying. I love it. Alright, Cassandra, I want you to rush down one of the outlaws. Varric, I want you to also go after them, and then Wilbur, you do what you normally do. Give everyone a barrier. Burn everything in sight. Oh my god, it did the thing! Very thing!
The ancient elves may have set up wards near here. If we can find the artifacts they used, it may help strengthen this area against tears.
I'm not interested right now, Solus. Sorry, I'm just not. Hello.
I am no danger to you. My name is Miris. By your weapons, I see you come ready for battle. Perhaps we face a common enemy in these demons.
What are you doing out here?
Fighting the demons on your own?
Fighting the demons is pointless. There will always be more, and I have no means of closing the rifts. But I have heard of elven artifacts that measure the veil. They may tell us where new rifts will appear. I was not expecting so many demons, however. I believe one of the artifacts is nearby. Can you help me reach it?
Ugh. Normally I would say leave, but I think Wilbur is just like for a brief moment some Wilbur just had a flashback and was just like all he hears is just echoing in his mind. The more the better, and he's just like, ugh. Yeah, we'll help.
It sounds worth investigating.
Thank you. It shouldn't be too much farther ahead. Thank you for joining me. I do not think I could have done this alone.
Come on.
Of course. We'll need to release the magic flash. Take advantage of it. What manner of fire is that?
I have heard of this, but never seen it before. It is called Veil Fire. It is a form of sympathetic magic. A memory of flame that burns in this world where the veil is thin.
Well, Cassandra, you know what you need to do. Everyone, attack! And then Wilbur. Magic!
There. If we activate that crystal, it should react to the strength of the veil.
Yes, the wards are helping to strengthen the veil. This area should be safer for travelers now.
Well, that should prove useful. And it seems the ancestors left something for me as well. Interesting. I believe our alliance is concluded. Go in peace, stranger.
Mahalani, Maglandeval, the Enasalim.
Aye. Perhaps you're right. Here, take it. Go with Mithal's blessing.
It is good to see the Inquisition helping the refugees. It seems no one else will.
Good to have someone that can speak a different language on our team. Because Wilbur, if it's not English, he doesn't care. Anything that is not English is inferior. Name something that is in English. It is inferior. Otherwise, they wouldn't have any of our influence embedded in it. I say that, but Wilbur has... well... an interesting voice. Oh my goodness. Varric is getting demolished. And I should have done something about that.
Retreating. We must pursue.
Where are they running? Wait, where did Cassandra go? Oh, she's they are really chasing, good lord. Alright. Yeah, go for the archers. Why not? And then... go for the enforcer. Cassandra. More barrier.
We could make camp here.
Wait, I saw something about stiletto? Reinforced scout armor. Huh. Could that be for Cassandra? No. That is... no, that is only for rogues.
Nothing to report, sir.
What is the problem? Hell, just did them last night. Shit.
What's over here? Oh wait, we just came through there. Whoops. Don't mind me just taking all of these, just looting. And Kami, there's...
What do you want?
Bandits ahead. work taking care of the bandits. Corporate Vale don't want to hear the good news.
Kami, there is a guy that we are going to meet eventually in the game that is probably going to be the off tank that'll represent you. I would say it's Cassandra, but considering how you are, probably not. Because Cassandra is literally the best companion in this whole entire game, but whatever.
Very well.
You're a loss, because honestly, the only other warrior that will represent Kami is honestly I am not even that fond of. Do not like in the slightest, but just for the sake of having two warriors, one because I like Cassandra a lot, and two because I need something that corresponds to Wizardry 8 Kami, who's nothing more than an off-tank. You're right, I should just pretend that he doesn't exist. That'll make Wilbur much happier. In a world where Kami just never existed, was never born. Thank you for that. Thank you for the insight. This is Wilbur's paradise. As an old man, not having to deal with anything that looks like Kami or reminds him of Kami and his entire family, because honestly, living in the 21st century, Wilbur would probably be a part of the suicide rate if he had to deal with that crap. Just no. I don't want to be anywhere near that. In a century where people didn't believe magic existed? Oh my goodness, perish the thought. Wilbur would die internally. He would lose all emotion just from having to hear that constantly. Magic is just fiction. And Wilbur's just like, imbeciles. All of you. Heretics. Absolute heretics. Uh-oh, barrier going down. Have another barrier. Uh-oh. Cassandra, you still have more enemies to take out. Cassandra, you still have more enemies to go against. Cassandra? Nope. We couldn't control it, and Wilbur's just like, oh my goodness, why is everyone in the 21st century so freaking dumb? Why? And Varric, why aren't you running away? Yeah, I should probably. Next level, Wilbur's just going to get the revival spell. Yep, reviving, amazing thing to have. Resurrection spell at level 6? Wizardry 8 would never. Resurrection powder is no more. Wilbur is the resurrection powder.
Refugees out here. Reminds me of Kirkwall during the Blight.
You know what? Now that I thinking more critically about it, Wilbur would be more than happy to be living in the world of Dragon Age. People that he could actually respect. His party members, for one, are not annoying. It's not a matter of how many of them are not annoying. All of them are just not annoying inherently. It's a world surrounded by magic. Of course, the only thing that'll disgust him is the fact that magic is discriminated against. But other than that, everything seems perfectly fine. It's like, yeah, everything seems just about... everything seems just about normal here. I see no problems. Uh, where is Solus? Solus, get back. Well, that hurt a bit.
I doubt that's the last of them. Come on. One more for me.
Cassandra is getting messed up. Honestly, I'm not even really doing much now other than just farming at this point. Trying to get XP. Oh my. And Cassandra is just eating everything up. And she needs help from someone. She needs another warrior. On the magical grind. Yep. Just about. And we can't level up fast enough. Come on. Exit combat so I can make camp. Exit combat. Is that it? Please tell me that's it. I just wanna... Okay.
This would make a good place to camp.
Camp. Okay, we can start over.
Nothing to report, sir.
Ah, yes, I would love to go there. The overabundance of having so many quests. Just for the sake of using that as a method for story progression is not really a gameplay strat that I don't think game developers should ever be inclined to do. Story progression should be natural, not be forced by having to do a bunch of things. A player should have the choice in a matter like such as if they want to enter an area that they're not supposed to be because they're underleveled, allow them to do so. After all, for all we know, they may actually be able to progress through the story faster than if they were to be faster than they would have if other than having to go through such an unnecessary grind. Excessive grinding. Oh, I remember now. This.
Have secured a position ahead.
Hey, Cassandra. Why don't you give them a welcome? A dynamic entry, per se. Give them a warm welcome. Oh no. Is that all? Of course that's not all. Alright everyone, barriers up. Ah, satisfying. Oh, wait. One of them is still alive. Unfortunately for him, he's not going to be alive for very long.
Refugees should be safer on the King's Road now.
And I picked up some better armor, so maybe, just maybe, they may be able to wear it? Of course not. How foolish of me. Why would that ever be the case? A shocking staff. It's a bit stronger than my fire staff, but I like having fire. Wilbur can agree to some extent. Arson's not good, but it sure is satisfying to watch from a distance. Arson can also help you make food. True. But that depends on that depends on what you're using to commit that arson. Setting someone on fire and then cooking and then cooking over their blazing corpse isn't necessarily a good a happy definition of camping. Sounds horrifying, obviously. I think I've been in this zone for long enough. I think now would be a good time for me to head back. But there's so many other things. Yeah, I think that's the trick. That's how they trick you. They throw a lot of side quests your way to make you lose track of the main goal of the game. I mean, sure, you could say, oh, but, experience points. Yeah, there's probably going to be a better point in time where there's going to be an area where I'll be able to farm more efficiently than I would if I was in the first area of the game. I gotta sell a lot of stuff now. Ah yes, Wilbur. Time to go and have a discussion with Cassandra. Wilbur, did I ever tell you that I'm into big, strong women? Was that supposed to be me?
You're kind of a force of nature, aren't you?
When I need to be.
It's impressive.
You flatter me.
I'm trying.
Did I do the right thing? What I have set in motion here could destroy everything I have revered my whole life. One day they may write about me as a traitor, a madman, a fool, and they may be right.
It's like, what happens next?
What's going to happen now?
Now, we deal with the Chantry's panic over you before they do even more harm. Then we close the breach. We are the only ones who can. After that, we find out who is responsible for this chaos, and we end them. And if there are consequences to be paid for what I have done, I pay them. I only pray the price is not too high.
Alright, what do you believe?
What does your faith tell you?
I believe you are innocent.
I believe more is going on here than we can see. And I believe no one else cares to do anything about it. They will stand in the fire and complain that it is hot. But is this the Maker's will? I can only guess.
Does that sound like the overly dramatic Kami standing in fire and complaining to Wilbur, why is it so hot in here? I'm standing in fire, why is it hot? Why is it burning?
You didn't have any choice.
Didn't I? My trainers always said, Cassandra, you are too brash. You must think before you act. I see what must be done, and I do it. I see no point in running around in circles like a dog chasing its tail. But I misjudged you in the beginning, did I not? I thought the answer was before me, clear as day. I cannot afford to be so careless again.
Maybe it's hot enough. Maybe it's hot in this fire because I'm here. No. No.
It wasn't like you had no reason to suspect me.
I was determined to have someone answer for what happened. Anyone. You've said you believe you're chosen. Does that mean you believe in the Maker?
You're asking Wilbur if he's religious?
I believe he exists.
That's comforting. Surely the Maker put us both on this path for a reason. Now it simply remains to see where it leads us.
Someone. Wilbur, do you believe in God? Wilbur. Oh, you fool. I am God. And the fact that he looks like every fictional depiction of what people imagine a god looks like. A million grosses. Come now, that's not religious. That's a freaking zealot. An overzealot. I would like an exotic horse that I cannot have because it is early in the game, so I can't really get anything. Alright, time to move the story forward. Then we'll see anything of interest that follows me along the way. That is a lot of people.
Your kind killed the most holy. Lies. Your kind let her die. Shut your mouth, mate!
Enough!
Knight Commander!
That is not my title. We are not Templars any longer. We are all part of the Inquisition.
And what does that mean, exactly?
Back already, Chancellor. Haven't you done enough?
I'm curious, Commander, as to how your Inquisition and its Herald will restore order as you've promised.
Of course you are. Back to your duties, all of you.
Wilbur looks at that guy and he's like, you're the reason why people don't dabble in religion anymore. You are the exact cause of why why atheists exist. You are the reason why people are agnostic because you are the doubt you are the doubt that people have. Cause you put too much faith, okay? You still gotta be your own person, okay? That's what free will is. Oh goodness, and now Wilbur's just like, I don't want to talk to this guy. Can't we just, can't... No, I have to talk to him. His topic has to come in sooner rather than later. Hi.
Mages and Templars were already at war. Now they're blaming each other for the Divine's death.
Which is why we require a proper authority to guide them back to order.
Who? You? Random clerics who weren't important enough to be at the Conclave?
The Rebel Inquisition and its so-called Herald of Andraste? I think not.
If the proper authority hadn't completely failed, the Conclave wouldn't have been needed.
So you suggest I blame the Church and exalt a murderer?
Yes.
What of justice?
That won't help restore order in the here and now.
Order will never be restored so long as this rebellion is allowed to fester.
It's like Cullen. Why is he here?
Remind me why you're allowing the Chancellor to stay?
Clearly, your Templar knows where to draw the line.
He's toothless. There's no point turning him into a martyr simply because he runs at the mouth. The Chancellor's a good indicator of what to expect in Val Royeaux, however.
The Mages and Templars are fighting even though we don't know what really happened at the Temple of Sacred Ashes?
Exactly why all this
To Wilbur, Wilbur, to non-religious people. What you hate about religious people is what religious people hate about religious people. You're not alone.
Nobody cares about the truth. We all grieve Justinian's loss.
But you won't grieve if the Herald of Andraste is conveniently swept under a carpet.
How widespread is the violence between Mages and Templars?
Possible to say.
Your organization flouting the Chantry's authority will not help matters.
With the Conclave destroyed, I imagine the war between Mages and Templars is renewed with interest.
Wilbur, as a religious man, we religious people also hate religious people, but for different reasons, but maybe in the same regard. What you hate about overly religious people is what we really hate about overly religious people. Even we're like, dude, chill. It's not a vice. It's a principle. It's guidance. Not a lifestyle. Not a... Yeah, I guess a lifestyle, I suppose. Anyway, Roderick, I hope this trip is worth it, because honestly, you're looking at your face just makes me want to punch it.
Well, let's hope we find solutions, and not a cathedral full of chancellors.
The stuff of nightmares.
Mock, if you will. I'm certain the Maker is less amused.
Ugh.
The Inquisition cannot remain imprisoned. If you can't prove it was founded on Justinian's orders.
This is an inopportune time. Faithful flock here each day. But allow me to introduce you to the brave soul who risked his life to slow the magic of the breach. Sir Trevelyan, may I present the Marquis d'Aurelion, one of Divine Justinian's greatest supporters.
And the rightful owner of Haven. House d'Aurelion lent Justinian his land for pilgrimage. This Inquisition is not a beneficiary of this arrangement.
We all have bigger problems.
Demons are pouring from the sky, and you're worried about land claims.
Haven is the d'Aurelion's rightful property.
Has Empress Selene officially
Oh my
acknowledged
God.
your possession of Haven? I was unaware Her Imperial Majesty had conferred with Ferelden's monarchs on this matter.
The Empress has not yet had the opportunity to do so.
We face a dark time, Your Grace. Divine Justinia would not want her passing to divide us. She would, in fact, trust us to forge new alliances to the benefit of all, no matter how strange they might seem.
I'll think on it, Lady Montilyet. The Inquisition might stay in the meanwhile.
Wilbur, a wealthy person. Demons are falling out of the sky and all you're thinking about is money. My money?
Do the Durelians actually have a claim on this place?
His Grace's position is not so strong as he presents it. Despite our Ferelden relations, the Durelions are Orlesians. If the Marquis wishes to claim Haven, Empress Selene must negotiate with the Ferelden on his behalf. Her current concerns are a bit larger than minor property disputes.
Wilbur, spare 20, I'll spare you 100.
His Grace was all bluster then.
Even should he leave, the Marquis will share his thoughts on us upon his return to Battle Royale. Every guest we receive, and we will receive them, will spread the Inquisition's story. An ambassador should ensure the tale is as complimentary as possible.
What sort of dealings have you had with nobility?
For some years, I was the royally appointed court ambassador from Antiva to Orlais. The nobility of Thedas is a rather singular sphere. Those I'm not acquainted with, I know through reputation.
Wilbur, there is nothing you have. It's like, is there anything you want? You sure you don't want anything in return? Oh, really? What do you have that I would want? Kami.
If every noble wandering by is as stubborn as the Marquis, what good is it talking to them?
Every kingdom is subject to its lords. The Inquisition will require their goodwill to survive. But please excuse me. I've much work to do before the day is done.
You're the Herald. Or, well, the one they're calling the Herald, anyway. It's odd to see them accepting a mage as their hero.
I have amazing looks. Are you implying?
And then we're apostate.
It's like, are you implying that you are willing to use your body as equivalent exchange?
I found something the demons left behind. Can you use it?
Yes, that's very helpful. Just leave it there and the Tranquil and I will examine it. That will help. You've brought back some fascinating things. We're putting them to good use.
My body is at least worth 10 more hundreds. Wilbur. Contemplating just making it rain. Well, first of all, this is young Burr, not old Burr. Young Burr just whipping out 10 hundreds and then just making it rain on Kami. Remember, young Burr did a lot of experimenting.
Any word?
Nothing yet.
And honestly, I get the feeling that grants a 5% increase in XP earned when killing foes. Or opens up new dialogue options related to the Fate or Arcane studies. Grants 50% XP for each codex entry unlocked. Five percent plus constant farming. Sex. Arcane knowledge. Well, Wilbur needs that. that goes without saying.
At your service. Let's see what we have.
To work?
Yep, to work. Address the Chantry in Val Royeal. Oh boy, here we go. Recommended levels 4 to 5. I am in between. I mean 4 to 7. I am 5.
Having the Herald address the clerics is not a terrible idea.
You can't be serious.
Mother Giselle isn't wrong. At the moment, the Chantry's only strength is that they are united in opinion.
And we should ignore the danger to the Herald.
Let's ask him.
I'm not worried.
What can they do? It's just talk.
Don't underestimate the power of their words. An angry mob will do you in just as quickly as a blade.
I will go with him. Mother Giselle said she could provide us names. Use them.
But why? This is nothing but a...
What choice do we have, Leliana? Right now we can't approach anyone for help with the breach. Use what influence we have to call the clerics together. Once they are ready, we will see this through.
Oh boy. Time for Wilbur's worst nightmare, dealing with other religious folks. Just thinking, why? Ugh, why me? Why can't we all just agree on one? Or at the very least accept each other's beliefs.
The city still mourns.
Yes, run away.
But I think they all know who we are.
Your skills of observation never fail to impress me, Varric.
My
Lord Herald.
You're one of Leliana's people. What have you found?
The Chantry Mothers await you, but so do a great many Templars.
Oh
There
boy.
are Templars here?
People seem to think the Templars will protect them from the Inquisition. They're gathering on the other side of the market. I think that's where the Templars intend to meet you.
Only one thing to do, then.
Time to meet Templars, technically Wilbur's worst enemy.
They wish to protect the people? From us? Return to Haven. Someone will need to inform them if we are delayed.
As you say, my lady.
Well, here we go, Kami. Are you ready for this flustercuck? Yeah.
Good people of Val Royal, hear me. Together, we mourn our divine. A naive and beautiful heart, silenced by treachery. You wonder what will become of a murderer. Well, wonder no more. Behold, the so-called Herald of Andraste, claiming to rise where our beloved fell. We say this is a false prophet. The Maker would send no mage in our hour of need.
Stop this now. I am cringing internally. You are making me you're making me want to be like Kami and forget that religion exists. It's like we have a real enemy here, you know.
Enough! I will not listen to these self-serving lies. We came here to talk.
It's true. The Inquisition seeks only to end this madness before it is too late.
It is already too late. The Templars have returned to the Chantry. They will face this Inquisition, and the people will be safe once more.
Still yourself. She is beneath us.
Saved me the trouble.
I was just about to do that myself. As if I would do anything for your pleasure.
Well, you just did, so.
Imperative that we speak with.
You will not address me.
Lord Seeker?
Creating a heretical movement. Raising up a puppet as Andraste's prophet. You should be ashamed. You should all be ashamed. The Templars failed no one when they left the Chantry to purge the mages. You are the ones who have failed. You who leash our righteous swords with doubt and fear. If you came to appeal to the Chantry, you are too late. The only destiny here that demands respect is mine.
Then, why are you here?
If you're not here to help the Chantry, then you just came to make speeches. I came to see what frightens old women so, and to laugh.
But Lord Seeker, what if he really was sent by the Maker? What if...
You are called to a higher purpose. Do not question.
I will make the Templar Order a power that stands alone against the Void. We deserve recognition. Independence. You have shown me nothing. And the Inquisition, less than nothing. Templars, Val Royeaux is unworthy of our protection. We march.
To Wilbur, this is not. It's like this is not the same Templars that we studied in class.
Lucius gone mad?
Do you know him very well?
He took over the Seekers of Truth 2 years ago, after Lord Seeker Lambert's death. He was always a decent man, never given to ambition and grandstanding. This is very bizarre.
So much for Templar help. No. Well, then we'll just find another way.
Fortunately, the Templars aren't our only hope.
I wouldn't write them off so quickly. There must be those in the Order who see what he's become. Either way, we should first return to Haven and inform the others. What's that? An arrow with a message?
Fetch the Templars back, I wonder.
No. Right, this.
I believe that...
You are the Herald of Andraste, are you not? I have an invitation for you.
So many things to come across. Liliana, ready to report. Get all these codexes in so I can get the XP from them. Oh my god. Wilbur, read is what you like to do. Honestly, I wish that was something Wilbur could do. Just have a book out and be reading it every single time. Just nonchalantly reading a book. Where do you think Willow gets her nonchalant demeanor from, Kami? She gets it from Wilbur. Everybody gets something from Wilbur.
Excuse me, but is what they're saying real? The Inquisition's going to fix the hole in the sky.
That's what we're attempting, yes.
No one is doing anything. The Chantry is useless, and the Templars... Andraste. I never thought they'd abandon us. Listen, your camp will need food. I have contacts. We'll have deliveries there in days.
You want to help the Inquisition?
Never been part of something this big before, but...
Oh. That line must have never been written in.
Seal the sky. I want to help.
Cassandra, what do you say about this?
What do you think, Cassandra?
I think the woman is asking you and not...
I think the woman is asking you and not me.
The Herald of Andraste. Yes, I understand. Haven is a mess, but we won't turn away anyone willing to...
Wait, where is Cassandra? She's right behind me.
Head to Haven, then. We need good people.
I don't know if I'm that, but it will be nice to see. Thank you.
Why, hello there, woman who was trying to address me as a heathen.
This victory must please you greatly, Seeker Cassandra.
We came here seeking only to speak with the mothers. This is not our doing, but yours.
And you have no part in
Cassandra.
Do not do
You're floating.
Now we have been shown up by our own Templars, in front of everyone. And my fellow clerics have scattered to the wind along with their convictions. Just tell me one thing. Do you truly believe you are the Maker's chosen?
It was like, I do, yes.
I do believe it. Do you have a better explanation?
Several, but are they the truth? I am left to question all I have been told. I suppose it is out of our hands now.
Exactly, Kami. She's just floating.
Plans in the days to come.
How are the people reacting?
How are people responding to all of this?
Despair, fear. We mourn her holiness. The people look to the sky and wonder how long before terror comes for us all. There must be a way through this. Is it you? The Templars? The Maker's will? We abandoned our duties. We servants of the faith. Now we can only pray.
Well, just so you know, the church made a mistake. You made a mistake when you decided to not appoint Wilbur as your as the guy.
The Chantry made a big mistake, and now it's paying the price.
Perhaps you are correct. We are only trying to find our way, with little guidance now, but our faith.
That's not enough.
When is it ever enough? That is the nature of faith.
Wilbur, on that we can agree. Faith is never ending. It asks for so much, and sometimes the reward is very inconsistent.
Let's look around.
Yeah. I remember this part. A new companion. Search in Le Cafe. Jump over. I know you're capable of doing it. Oh, we're so close to leveling up. We are so close. I can taste it. I can taste it to a point to where...
Why not?
Oh. Songs.
Why not?
I'll listen to the songs later. On YouTube. Imagine the back pain he feels when he jumps. Oh, my back! Oh, these old bones! One of those spells where he's like, okay, I'm using my turn young spell.
Inquisition, eh? I'll sell. But if the Chantry censures you, I'm not liable. No offense, but I have to live here, and Val Royeaux can be traditional.
Understandable. Have a day. Cracking noises. Just repeated cracks of his spine. just thinking, why do I do this to myself? It's like, well, why do I do this to myself? This is not the way. Crack. It's like, it's moments like this where I should probably be using my young spell. Oh, he leveled up. Excellent. Oh, time for the 60 seconds. Oh, pain. Then again, it is for reviving. Wilbur, a support mage, but with some semblance of offense, so he's not completely helpless. Then again, he has Mind Blast, so someone tries to approach him, "Be gone, thoughts!" and then they go to someone else. Oh, this reminds me of that one meme that I saw William search up at some point. I believe it's a reference to some show. A noose around my neck, and then I look at the person beside me and say, "First time." Huh, one of the few times where I wish Kami was here. One of those memes that William knows about. You know, the one where the guy with the rope around his neck and he looks to another guy and he says, "First time." Oh my goodness, these expensive, goodness gracious. What level do I have to beat? Level 10! Pain!
If I might have a moment of your time.
You've had a moment.
Fiona?
Leader of the Mage Rebellion. Is it not dangerous for you to be here?
I heard of this gathering, and I wanted to see the fabled Herald of Andraste with my own eyes. If it's help with the breach you seek, perhaps you should look among your fellow mages.
I was hoping for this. How could I ever turn a blind eye towards my fellow mages?
That would have been my first choice if you'd been willing to speak with us.
We're willing now. That's the important thing. Consider this an invitation to Redcliffe. Come, meet with the mages. An alliance could help us both, after all. I hope to see you there. Au revoir, my Lord Herald.
Come, let us return to Haven.
Before we do that, I need to get that last note. How do I get to the upper floor again? Do I have to go through these doors? No. What's over here? Oh, equipment. That actually reminds me. Equipment. Wilbur. Oh, warrior only. Amulet of power, gain an ability point when equipped. Why can't I use this? Solus only. Why does Solus get special treatment? Fine. Alright, Solus, I guess we'll give you... You know, since I've given you so much lightning magic, I should probably give you the shocking staff. But then again... No, yeah, lightning staff. Now, how do I get upstairs again? Oh, wait, was it over? It was through here, wasn't it? Some areas have multiple floors. To view them. Yeah, there we go. Travel to the meeting point. Alrighty, I will do that once. Is that all? Alright, let's go to the meeting point. The secluded courtyard. This could only go one way, right, Kami? Ha ha ha.
Well, they know who I work for at least.
Andraste, how much did you expend to discover me? It must have weakened the Inquisition immeasurably.
I don't know who you are.
You don't fool me. I'm too important for this to be an accident. My efforts will survive in victories against you elsewhere.
Just say what?
What is that?
Ugh. Squishy one, but you heard me, right? Just say what? Rich tits always try for more than they deserve. Blah, blah, blah. Obey me. Arrow in my face. So, you followed the notes well enough. Glad to see you're kind of plain, really. All that talk, and then you're just a person. I mean, it's all good, isn't it? The important thing is you glow. You're the herald thingy.
You killed him before he could say who he worked for.
And before he could shout magic. What? My people said the Inquisition would want him dead. So he's dead.
Your people? Elves?
No. People. Name's Sarah. This is cover. Get round it. For the reinforcements. Don't worry. Someone tipped me their equipment shed. They've got no breaches. Juicy, yeah? Friends really came through with that tip. No breaches. So, Herald of Andraste. You're a strange one. I'd like to join.
Could we take a few moments for sense to reassert itself? Who are you people?
I'm not people, but I get what you want. It's like this. I sent you a note to look for hidden stuff by my friends. The Friends of Red Jenny. That's me. Well, I'm one. So is a fence in Montfort, some woman in Kirkwall. There were 3 in Starkhaven, brothers or something. It's just a name, yeah? It lets little people, friends, be part of something while they stick it to nobles they hate. So here, in your face, I'm Sarah. The Friends of Red Jenny are sort of out there. I used them to help you. Plus arrows.
The Inquisition already has friends in high places. Can you add to that prestige?
Here's how it is. You important people are up here, shoving your cods around. Blah, blah, I'll crush you. I'll crush you. Ooh, crush you. Step down, you've got big lords with big purses, like the tit we killed. Or was he one of the endless arse-lickers who follow? Doesn't matter. His grand plan was ruined by scrap torn from his desk and a red sock. By someone who couldn't read it. So no, I'm not Lord Poncyfart or Ruffled. If you don't listen down here too, you risk your breeches. Like those guards, I stole their... Look, do you need people or not? I want to get everything back to normal. Like you.
All right, Sarah. I can use you and your friends.
Yes! Getting good before you're too big to like. That'll keep your breeches where they should be. Plus extra breeches because I have all these... You have merchants who buy that piss, yeah? got to be worth something. Anyway, Haven. See you there, Herald. This will be grand.
It's good you've returned. We heard of your encounter.
You heard?
My agents in the city sent word ahead, of course.
It's a shame the Templars have abandoned their senses, as well as the capital.
At least we know the Chantry is no longer a threat to us.
Yes, and we have the opening we need to approach the Templars and the mages.
Do we? Lord Seeker Lucius is not the man I remember.
True, he has taken the Order somewhere, but to do what? My reports have been very odd.
We must look into it. I'm certain not everyone in the Order will support the Lord Seeker.
Or the Herald could simply go to meet the mages in Redcliffe instead.
You think the Mage Rebellion is more united? It could be 10 times worse.
I could at least find out what the mages want.
No doubt what they've always wanted. Support for their cause.
We shouldn't discount Redcliffe. The mages may be worth the risk.
They are powerful, Ambassador, but more desperate than you realize.
So it'll be dangerous. I've been in danger since I walked out of the Fade.
If some among the rebel mages were responsible for what happened at the Conclave.
The same could be said about the Templars.
True enough. Right now, I'm not certain we have enough influence to approach the Order safely.
Then the Inquisition needs agents in more places. That's something you can help with.
In the meantime, we should consider other options. There is one other matter. Several months ago, the Grey Wardens of Ferelden vanished. I sent word to those in Orlais, but they have also disappeared. Ordinarily, I wouldn't even consider the idea they're involved in all this, but the timing is curious.
That does sound odd, I agree.
The others have disregarded my suspicion, but I cannot ignore it. 2 days ago, my agents in the hinterlands heard news of a Grey Warden by the name of Blackwall. If you have the opportunity, please seek him out. Perhaps he can put my mind at ease.
And if he can't?
Then there may be more going on than we thought.
Researcher Minave wishes to verify that the infections have decreased in number. I no longer talk to dragons. Miguel, go with me.
Chancellor Roderick came to speak with me. Could you try not to antagonize him?
If I offend the man so easily, perhaps he should try leaving me alone.
Your worship, for what it's worth, welcome to the Storm Coast. I would have sent word sooner, but our efforts have been delayed.
How so?
There's a group of bandits operating in the area. They know the terrain, and our small party has had trouble going up against them. Some of our soldiers went to speak with their leader. Haven't heard back, though.
Thanks for the report, Harding.
Of course. The soldiers didn't have an exact location for the bandits, but they were starting their search farther down the beach. With all this fuss, we haven't been able to conduct a proper search for the wardens either. Well, good luck, and enjoy the sea air. I hear it's good for the soul.
Those must be the bandits Harding mentioned.
the other shore. That's far.
The waking sea. We crossed it to reach Haven. Already it seems so long ago.
These must be the missing soldiers.
We should see that their families are notified.
Our men were murdered by a group called the Blades of Hessarian. It seems there's a way to challenge their leader.
Hessarian's blade is supposed to represent mercy, not random slaughter.
Right. Blades and their challenges. Biggest sword wins.
It looks like the bandits are camped further along.
One down!
Wow, we can watch, yeah? Hey, Solus, how'd you say excuse me in Elven or whatever?
For you, it would be Ara Seranamar. It is coincidence that your name is within the... form is common.
Thanks! And now when I don't say it, you'll know it's on purpose.
This would be a good place to set up. Sarah, do you believe in the Maker?
Yes. Some of it's a bit off, but... Wait, why?
I just thought, the way you've lived...
What? I don't belong because I never joined some holy whatever?
But you're a... thief.
I take back. And you kill people.
True, but only those I must.
Ones who deserve it. Right, we're real different. Worth a look around, right?
Wardens were here at some point.
This camp was abandoned some time ago.
as place as any to camp.
When will you be able to get us the crafting supplies we need?
I heard the Templars have withdrawn.
Seems odd. I can see them breaking the Chantry's chain.
So Vicata sells lyrium to both mages and Templars?
Right. Templars use it all the time. Nice, steady sales. Helps them fight magic, I think. Mages don't always need lyrium.
Later then.
Though they could do anything, they destroyed fire is created nothing. Love goes toward flame. She should see fire and go towards light.
Greetings, Herald of Andraste.
How fares your quest to seal the breach?
Not as well as it should. How can people focus on trivialities when faced with the breach?
It is easy for us to imagine that mundane matters fall aside in tumultuous times. The Chant of Light does not speak of feeding troops or arranging meetings or any such mundane concerns. But every organizational deed herself once faced. These trivialities are steps on your path to victory, even if history never remembers them.
I appreciate your insight, Mother Giselle.
Take it for whatever it is worth. You walk a difficult path, and there is little enough I can do to aid you. In any case, I pray this Inquisition proves less brutal than its predecessor.
Can you tell me about the original Inquisition?
The original Inquisition was formed after the First Blight, well before the Chantry as we know it. The Inquisitors were hunters, zealots, who tracked and killed cultists and dangerous mages. As Andraste rose to power, the Inquisition came into her service. Instead of hunting those who would do harm, the Inquisitors spread the Chant of Light by force.
It sounds as though it was necessary at the time.
Perhaps. They committed acts I find reprehensible, but they lived in a time with no circles. There was no justice, no safety from the danger of mages, or abominations, except for them. In any case, once the Chant of Light had spread far and wide, there was less need for zealots. The Inquisitors became the Seekers of Truth, and eventually the Templars.
And now the Inquisition has been called again to restore order. By force.
Do you know what impresses me most about the original Inquisition? They fought horrific battles, killed and died for their cause, and when it was time, they put their swords away. Perhaps the name was divine, Justinia's message, that when the Inquisition is needed, it will strike without mercy. But when its work is done, it will put its sword away.
Is there anything I can do to help you or your people?
My healers would benefit from more supplies. We have run short of even common goods with so many wounded. If you could deliver this list and the items on it to Quartermaster Threnn, she could get us what we need. It may not seem like much, but it would enable my healers to save many lives.
Farewell, revered mother.
Until next time.
Did you see the message I sent?
Yes, thank you. Let us begin.
right.
Let's see what we have.
So we have Tevinter activity in the hinterlands, and the Templars.
I've got him later then.
The mages will be able to seal the breach.
I heard some speak of using the Templars instead.
I suppose that would work as well.
I don't understand. I thought the chant of light balance.
You dislike the Templars, sister?
No. I know their purpose, but you remember I once ministered in a certain...
I've got a message. Later then.